living out of integrity, that's a trait that I definitely picked up, or at least that word, attaching that to a feeling, to a state of being. I definitely picked up from my time in the Army. We have these core values that are ingrained in us. And like everything in military, it's this great acronym of leadership. And they are loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. I'm very impressed that I remember all those.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah. You nailed it.
Brainwashing works. And acting out of integrity for me, I think is just the ultimate checks and balance. I believe that most of us know what we need to be doing. I don't even want to say, what is right and wrong, but just we get a good feeling when we do good. Yep. And we get a less good feeling when I wish that I did this, not like a regret, but I acted out of integrity. Mm-hmm. So living out of integrity for me is one of the most important things that I strive for in everything. It kind of sucks when you run your own business because acting out of integrity sometimes means losing business. Yeah. It means, maybe not getting your worth or just being, maybe too honest. But I firmly believe, and I've seen the proof that eventually it comes back to you. So acting out of integrity is the most important thing to me. And my wife and I have been together for almost 11 years now. We've been married for over 7 of them. And I've just seen, quick little reason for that is that summer of 2015, that other second hardest date when I had that call out about my mental health, really, it was her. It was her. And she literally, this is another perk of being married to a nurse, resuscitated me, brought me back out of the worst panic attack, like near seizure-inducing panic attack that she had ever seen and that I had experienced, just from watching a movie on the couch. I blacked out. Next thing I knew, she's on top of me, bringing me back. And she was like, "I love you, but you do not love yourself right now. And I cannot be with someone." We were at that point in our relationship of this is it. We're committing, marriage, long term. I cannot be with somebody that is not going to take care of themselves in this way. I cannot raise children if their father is not committing to love himself in a way that is going to keep him safe and keep our family safe. And I give a lot of credit to that moment because, kind of to bring it full circle to what you talked about in the beginning with my story, I cared way more about fixing that for her than I did for me. Even in that moment of changing the course of my life for the better, it wasn't even for me. Wow. It wasn't even for me. The thought of losing her to something that I actually had control over terrified me. And it was because of that hard love, tough love call out that I started doing all the things to work on that and to put me on my path to be literally right here now today. And so besides acting out of personal integrity, it really, as long as I know that I'm living in service to her and making sure that she is taken care of and that she has everything that she needs to flourish, I know that I am taken care of in ways that I'm sure I'm not even fully aware of. And even a sub-layer beneath that, all right, babe, let's say you're not special, May, but I love you, baby. Just having that trust and connection in a partner and knowing that I am in a safe container to let my guard down, to let the walls down. She was the first person I'd ever dated, I'd ever been with, even of family members up to that point, that I lowered the wall. And it was a very small start. I just started letting a little gap into the drawbridge, basically, before really fully inviting her in. But once you do that and you have that trust and safety, more specifically, I think once you realize that there is no judgment in this room, there never will be. There is zero judgment. There's no shame here for whatever you need or want to say to me out loud. Commitment to that, I think, is the most important thing in the world. And that will come back to you a millionfold. But it's a delicate thing because look, we're all human, and there can be things in a partnership that damage that bruise that. But the most important thing is, I think, our level of commitment to that person, to that relationship, more specifically ourselves, commitment to ourselves and the personal growth in that relationship. So you're always rising together, and your levels of consciousness, your levels of commitment, desires, wants are, I don't think they're not always going to always be the same, but like you're growing enough independently that you can have the wherewithal enough to at least recognize that in the other person. And that's one thing I love most about my marriage and my partnership with her, is just like that she has that and I have that. And so we're committed to ourselves and we're committed to each other. And the more we serve that, the more we get served at the same time. So it's just knowing the right one to let in and dropping the ego enough and not being an idiot guy when you've got that other person in your life. It becomes the easiest thing in the world to commit to. It doesn't save you from the work, but it becomes the easiest commitment you'll ever make.